Hey, this is Rick Reinbold, Village President,
Hi, I'm Julian Alexander, trustee of the Village of Richmond Park.
and I love the Mathell Givens Show.
Keep it here, keep it locked on the Mathell Givens radio show.
Hey everybody, hey everybody, hey everybody. This is the Good News Show. And I am your girl. I am Mathell Givens. I'm your host. I'm one of those that love you the most. You're tuned in tonight to the right show, the Good News Show. And I want to thank you so very much for listening in tonight. I know there's a lot of places that you could be, but I want to thank you for pausing for the call, taking a slight brief intermission, and listening in here tonight to the Good News Show. My guest tonight is a young man, they call him Jeronimo. He has spoken word, and I'm telling you, he is outstanding. You're going to be excited, and you're going to have a chance to meet this young man. It's always a positive vibe when he's on the set. Jeronimo speaks a spoken word and hip hop. He's a hip hop artist on a mission to spread positivity by creating a positive platform for artists from across the globe to express themselves and tell their story. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, you call your friends and tell your neighbors to tune in right now, because we've got this young man on our show tonight, Jeronimo, and they don't want to miss this. So I want you to have this opportunity right now, because I don't want to further delay this show. I want to bring him on, and I need you all to put your hands together and welcome him to the show. Jeronimo, welcome to the Good News Show. All right. Welcome. Hello.
Peace.
How are you?
I'm good. It's a good day.
It sure is. Oh my. I want to thank you for pausing for the calls and coming on the Good News Show to share your good news tonight. I'm intrigued over you and what you do and how you say it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Tell our listening audience a little bit about you.
Basically, I'm a national award-winning spoken word poet. I do. I travel all over the country doing shows. I run 3 different open mics in Chicago. One on the west side, one on the south side, and one downtown. I'm a lover of words. I do things in the community. I feed the homeless. Clothes, toiletries, things of that nature. I'm all about reciprocity and just giving back, and I'm just, I'm a father, a husband. I'm just trying to, make my presence felt on this earth before, my time is up,
Oh, wow. Well, that you're doing. I have to say, you are doing just that. I've listened to some of your spoken words, and I'm telling you, they're truly inspiring to me. And that's what made me want to have you on the show. Not remembering that we had met already before so long ago, but now that I see your face, I know that I've met you before, and that was through my goddaughter, Ebony Archer.
Yeah, I remember that. That was one of my first shows, actually.
Yes.
So it's all connected. It's just a revolving circle.
That's true. And you were great then, and you're even greater now.
Thank you, Queen. I appreciate that.
Welcome. And I love that you say you feed the homeless as well.
Yeah, we do things in the community. I've fed it's a spot on 59th, right off of Racine, called Feed, Clothe, Help the Needy, and FCHN. And they have a soup kitchen, and me and my squad will go in and just take over the kitchen for a day, feed the take the money out of our pockets and just feed everybody who come in. And it's also a soup kitchen up north, right off of Broadway and Wilson, called the Cornerstone.
Yeah.
We go in there and we just take over for the day. And just like I have people that donate their time, chefs that come through, and then cook. We'll be serving. We'll set up a table with clothes, hats, gloves, scarves, another table for toiletries, desserts, everything. We just make a day out of it.
Oh.
And I also invented something called Intend to Change, where it's like a challenge. I challenge people to just take $10 and change somebody's day with it. Like go to a bus and put on the next 2 or 3 people. Like go to a gas station and put $10 in somebody's gas tank. Like what I mean? Like buy 10 cheeseburgers and give them to the homeless. One time I had went to Subway and I had got 2 $5 footlongs. And then I told her what I was doing, and they gave me like 4 more just based off of that. And I had it cut up and just went out giving it to the homeless. So
that's awesome. Oh,
yeah,
wow.
just $10 could to change somebody's day. Whether they homeless, they just so you getting on the bus and then you like somebody just tell you, oh, it's paid for. You like, okay, I feel good, just change somebody's day.
That's right. Now, do you take donations?
Yes. So right here, that's my Cash App, Jeronimo Speaks. I take this National Poetry Month, so take donations. Like do all like and just cipher it back out into the community.
Okay, now, how could a person, if they would want to donate, how do they do it? Is there a site they go to or a number they call?
Well, basically you can inbox me on any social media platform, Instagram. You can email me too. Everything is tied in: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. My email is geronimospeaks@gmail.com. So I'm very, very easy. My number is out there, so I'm very easy to get in contact with.
Okay, you have a phone number that's out there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, give it to our listeners, for those that really don't search, but they would make a call.
Okay, the phone number is 1773-690-0099.
So if you'd like to donate for the cause, because this young man and his, what do you say, your crew? All right. All right. You got other young men that's like-minded, just like you. They're out here trying to help other people and make sure that they're okay, making them have a better day, as Jeronimo would say. All right.
Intend to change.
All right. You say intend to change, huh?
Yep.
I love it. I love it. I'd like to hear one of your spoken words that I heard was the one called jitters.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yes. I like, would you bless us with those words?
Sure, I can do that. This is the intro to the outro. Hopefully I leave y'all with a mouth flow that'll implode if you don't speak it with an alto. If this CD is what you out for, I want to know what you into. Rhyme sharper than a Ginsu, slicing through your mentals. Whatever comes through my dentals is quintessential to me slaying the instrumental. I even handle my pencil with a thimble. Ahead of my time, I'm going back to the future in a DeLorean. Too many cats riding my back. I ain't trying to be a centaur. I'm trying to be a centurion. So I'm pouring in both hands on this music like an accordion. Will I have an audience of 12 in the court again, then goes back to the same blocks in front of the same store again, aborted friends because they get pissed with more issuing more depends. See, you can get money the right way, but it's more to sin. I want to be interviewed by a historian. I'm at peace with violence and can't sleep with silence because that's how a coffin sounds. I wonder how many chains and Timbs in the morgues lost and found. I wonder how many John Doe's in the morgues lost and found. I wonder how many tears stain the floors of a morgue as loved ones get lost and found. See, I'm a full-blown ice storm. You slightly drafty. That's why I joke on rappers like Rafi Taffies, getting paid for my personal drive like an Uber cabbie. So welcome to the Terror Dome, where all these monsters fly like a pterodactyl. Religious flow got the swag of a tabernacle. No apologies. I destroy thug rappers and fake MTs. Every time I spit, I leave a pile of G's. I want my P's and Q's. Y'all hear me? I said I want my P's and Q's. Poem quotables, promising qualities. Poor qualifying, punishing quantity. Polite, quiet, per quarter, punk quarter per quarter. Like I said, I'm on my P's and Q's, and I'm here to bully this whole class like Jesus school. Only difference is bullies stay in the back of the class. I'm in the front spitting, suckering succotash. I came into this game with the word stand. My whole career is based on the word stand. I came in stand up, but why stand in when you can stand down? They can't stand me because every time I spit, I get a standing ovation, but that's something you will never understand. On one hand, I write heathens for the non-believers, but then build up nations with the other hand. Schizo, I come from the rubber slam, was known to let them pumpers slam. That was peace be unto thee and brother man. You know what I mean? That's how it is.
My goodness, my, how great. Oh my God, the words mean so much. And you know, and there wasn't a word of profanity in there. That's what I'm loving about your spoken word.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't like when I first started through rap. You know, I was my stepfather, he had told me like, hey, it's easy to just throw some profanity in there. Like you can curse all day, but skill and talent is you gotta use your mind. You ain't gotta use words. And so I also, I rely heavily on words. I don't need to put an F-bomb or anything like that in there. It's just, I don't use any vulgar language or profanity in my artistry.
That's outstanding. That's inspirational. Because a lot of people, they think of spoken word, but they're not sure what it really is. And at the same time, when they hear rap, they think about it's going to be a lot of profanity in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But your spoken word is so clear and so clean. It's so outstanding and it's so meaningful. And you had a great mentor in your life. Your father figure was outstanding.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my stepfather, he was definitely he is a good dude. He's still here, like, so he's still a good dude, like, and I was definitely blessed to be able to have a man with morals and and who stood for something in the household coming up as a young man.
Yes. Oh, I love that. I love it. I love it. Okay, now how do you come up with those words?
So most of my poetry stems from just life. I do more testimonial poetry. I talk about what I'm going through, what I've been through, or what I'm trying to manifest for the future, And so I am so like my artistry is just based on what my life, entails, So if I'm going through it, I'm gonna write about it and give it and just get my testimony out there,
Beautiful. Does it take you a long time to come up with those words?
So my writing process is like interesting. So I may have something hit me like randomly one day, an idea or a concept, and so I may have an idea or concept hit me, and like I'll just walk around with this idea and this concept for a long time. And then like when God like kind of tell me like it's time to birth this concept, then that's when I'll sit down and write. And usually when I start writing, it may take me 30 minutes to an hour to do a poem, maybe, So, and then I just put it in here, and then give it to
Okay.
y'all. Mhm.
Yes. Now, when did you start?
I've been doing professionally or just writing, period.
Just from the beginning when you knew that this was in you.
Uh, so I started writing poetry when I was around 16, and
Okay.
in high school, I started writing it then. You know, I started
Okay.
writing, huh?
No, I just said, okay, so you were about 16 years old when you got started writing poetry.
Yeah, and then I took it but I used to like my main thing was hip hop at first, and then poetry was like my second passion. But I started taking poetry serious at like 27, and I've been going ever since. With spoken word.
That's beautiful. Now, for some of our listeners out there that really don't understand what spoken word is, identify that for us.
So spoken word is more the theatrics of poetry. So poetry is more like recital, like just kind of reading it from a paper, voice kind of monotone, you know what I'm saying? And you kind of just standing there. You're not doing too much excitement and anything. But spoken word is bringing the words to life. So you standing on stage. I got these inflections in my voice. I'm talking and moving with my hand, eye contact to different people. I'm really acting out my words and giving that. So spoken word is just more theatrical, poetry, basically.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I can see that when you were reciting jitters.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Yeah.
really
So
thrilling to me. I was all into it.
thank you, thank you.
Yes,
So,
yes. Okay. Well, now we're getting close to our Mother's Day season,
mm-hmm,
which Mother's Day is just a few days away.
mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm,
I was talking to you in regards to that, and you said you had one that you had written called Breaking Point, and you
mm-hmm,
wrote it about your mother.
mm-hmm.
I would love for our listening audience to hear your spoken word Breaking Point that you wrote about your mother.
Okay. I want to know where you're from. Because apparently it's a place with polite neighbors, little kids playing with lightsabers, thinking they Power Rangers with no anger. And I want so bad to be able to relate. See, I ain't grew up in the community with a gate, but I grew up and that's far better than most of my peers. Seeing my mom's crying from being proud, and that's far better than past tears. See, I ain't grew up with a silver spoon, or better yet, even a wooden one. But do you know what it's like to pray for a better day? But that day just when it comes, being choked into box with no guidance and no compass, waking up in project buildings to choke boxes and free lunches. If your mama on aid and she didn't get paid, go to chokes. Go to chokes. If your daddy on crack and your whole family black, go to chokes. Go to chokes. And the harsh reality is my father was a thing. But see, it wasn't all bad. There was some good things. Like he was one of the toughest dudes out of the Cabrini Greens. He could throw a fastball like none you've ever seen. Dark skin, broad chest, standing about 6'2". And the once or twice I met him, all that stuff my mom's told me seemed to be true. Because I never knew who he was, never knew where he was, never cared where he was. But what was he? And I could go farther by telling you all the problems coexist me missing my father. But because apparently, when the parent leave, it's supposed to be decapitating. But my mom's was the captain major, all around sweet like a lifesaver. Yes, she was my lifesaver. So no, I ain't have polite neighbors. If anything, it was drug dealers and life takers. So who could tell me what to write when I put this pen to pad? When all I know is letters to the pen, or I miss you, Dad, till I missed you, Dad, to forget you, Dad. How could you walk around this earth for the sun, you forget you had? I can't see it coming down my eyes, but I gotta make this poem cry. I don't know whether to slug him or hug him, slap him or dap him. I just know I can never love him. And maybe I'm going too deep for open mic, but open bars and closed mouths create a broken life. And metaphorically speaking, life was a heavily guarded mansion with chains on the door. So I literally broke in life. But my mom's told me to make the best. So it was a good view, nice project. So I made it life. But what about those that's living a broke in life? Because when they broke in life, it was the wrong address. Like 187 Murder Ave or 357 Body Bag or 188 Lincoln Street. Where I'm from, my moms used to say, you don't get credit for having a debit, but it's about that EBT. See, I'm from a city where people kill daily, nephew. And nephew daily kill people. And I don't know if it's to the point I'm getting mature or weaker. I just know I'm getting tired, getting old, getting hurt, getting cold. And it's like I'm slipping, I'm falling. I can't get up. But I got my mom's next to me, always with a reaching hand. From the time that it will end, from the time that it began. I love you, Mom. Thank you for watching me through.
Oh, my God, so beautiful. Oh my God, Jeronimo. I love it. So beautiful. I'm a mama. So you touched my heart. You touched me. Yeah, you did. Oh my God. Such a beautiful son you are.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm a mama's boy.
That's so precious. I love to hear that. Do you have other siblings?
I do. I have 3 sisters. I have 2 older sisters and 1 younger sister. Mm-hmm.
Now, where do you fit in there? Where are you? Either in the middle or what?
In the middle, I guess. Like I got 2 older sisters and then me, and then I got a little sister. So I guess am I the middle child? I'm not sure. It's 4 of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
How about that? I know they love you to pieces.
Yeah. I have a very loving family. I have a very loving family.
What I can say is you're a very loving son, brother. You're a very, very loving person, period.
Thank you, Queen. I appreciate that.
You are most welcome, sweetheart. Bless your heart. Well, where will you be performing coming up?
So I run the open mic every second and fourth Sunday on I'm sorry, had a brain. 1411 West 111th Street. It's called The Box, 1411. And I'm there every second and fourth Sunday at 7 p.m.
Is that in Chicago?
It is. It's on 111. The street exactly is 111 in Loomis.
Okay.
Where is that? So 1411 West 111th Street. It's in Chicago.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. And what time is that show?
7 p.m. The doors open at 7 p.m. We usually just kind of, play some music in the beginning, chill out, set the tone, and then we get into the porch.
All right. Very nice. Very, very nice. I love it. Oh, okay. Well, upon the conclusion, is there something you would like to say before you get into your last spoken word? I think it's called identity. Is there something you would like to say to young men or boys out there? There's a lot of gangs and shooting, and it's a lot of wrongdoings going on right now. To encourage them, is something you could say?
I mean, what I would say is like I'm from the same streets y'all from. Like, I grew up in the projects. I grew up around drug dealers, killers, murderers, all all types of like just demons, and sometimes you can be so focused on what's in front of you that you miss everything that's around you. You know what I mean? And so I would encourage you to don't focus on the block. Stop watching the block. Like, look out into the world. Like, I used to be that guy that didn't really know what I was doing with my life, didn't know where I was going. I used to just focus on my neighborhood, And once I started traveling and performing and seeing the world, like, I understood that I'm just a grain of sand on this earth. And so and the things so much out here that you can see. Just the wonder. I was in Atlanta and I went to the Atlanta Aquarium and I was just like, oh my God, like I was standing next to a whale and it was just like I was just a speck, you know. I had a show in Vegas and drove to Cali through the desert and the mountains, and it looked like a screensaver. There's things out here that lets you know that God is real, but you got to leave your comfort zone. You got to see the wonders of the world. You got to see just the beauty there is that life has to offer, and your life does not start and end on a block. So I would say, get out there, take chances, you know, and see the world, you know.
Yeah, that's what you're doing. You're seeing the world, and we see the world through you.
Thank you, Queen. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. So would you please bless us with one more spoken word, because I'm loving every word that's coming through.
Thank you. I want to know how you feel, because I felt failed ever since I stepped in the field. Even the womb felt like a tomb, like a sarcophagus, like Sir call it quits, going back and forth like a pendulum. All these circles got me twisted like an infinity emblem. My identity, addendum, finicky at minimum. I mean, how do you identify when your identity has been villainized, criticized, demonized, and minimized? I mean, it's always a man in the mirror, swaying how I sway, saying what I say, and I be lying to him like you confident your walk, you embrace your faults, your insecurities are locked away in the vault. But every time I talk, it's like I whisper the passwords as I pass words, and the man in the mirror becomes invisible. But I'm still convinced of my eyes are looking at invincible. Can you identify? I mean, can you line up and pick your identity out of a lineup? I mean, you give to self, but you can give more. You milk your insecurities because that's your bread and butter. But sweetie, check yourself out. You'll see what you got in store. I got a gang of vices, but it's always three on my head like Chance the Rapper: lust, greed, gluttony. And I try to stay strong because, you know, I don't want a chance to rapture, but I still fight with it. Steady trying to hide my sins in the dark, but God got night vision. And I still found myself blaming him. But when you want to go to war, if you and God formed the Iron Nation, when you started claiming him, then these sins start invading your mental, Russian, Ukraine, Neum. Can you identify? Pouring into everybody else from a teacup. And when it's your time to receive, your insecurities won't let you speak up. That's why every time I write, I put my soul on these pages. So if ever somebody breaks down with alignment, that psyche's unlocked and that world's in alignment. I'm just here on consignment, God's word. Kind of feel shame-hearted, like life's a part-time job and I'm comparing it to God's work. Funny. My father lost one of his kids, but he still won't find me, pardon. That's the passwords to the ball, trip it again. Never mind me. I guess my identity now is more like an adjective to a noun, because I placed it next to so many people, places, and things. I don't even know who I'm being. I just want to take action, always on the verge of a verb, but ain't a literary term or a caption they can take down his word. I guess my identity is Adam, not Adam from the Garden of Eden, but Adam. Jeronimo speaks on Facebook this evening. I guess my identity now that went from a profile to a profile. Poor child with a broke smile. Will I ever make it? Is it a no now? It's definitely I don't know now. Won't you go find you? So when we find you, it's a re-find you. What's your identity? You know?
Woo! Woo, 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 woo. Oh, I just love it. Oh my goodness. I just have to, come on, everybody. We have to just say, oh, what a beautiful spoken word. Oh my, just so touching. And it takes a lot of thought. And like you said, I just have to give you a big round of applause. I just thank you. Outstanding. Jeronimo.
Thank you, Queen.
You got a powerful name there going too, Jeronimo.
Thank
yes. Now your daughter, does she speak too? Does she know how to? Spoken word.
She like she 3, so she's like,
Three.
yeah, she saying stuff like teeth and like stuff like that. But hey, trust me, as soon as she able to talk, she gonna fully, or she gonna be doing poetry.
Okay. She's doing baby poetry right now.
Exactly. So as soon as I can't wait, I got all these plans for, like, look at me. I got all these plans for that. Like, she's gonna be, she's gonna be playing the instruments, and she's gonna be like, I don't know, she's singing classes, poetry. Like, she's gonna be just. Yeah, she's gonna be way, way, way like into the arts, And then I'm gonna just let her choose what she want to do. As she get older, it's like if she ain't feeling it, then I'm gonna let her like, okay, well, you can drop that,
Oh, that's outstanding. You know what? They say speak it. Bring life to it. So you're speaking into her life right now, And so that's good. Now your wife, does she do spoken word?
No, she's a screenwriter. She does, she writes plays, and she she runs a talk show called Chatty Catties.
Okay.
And it's an all-women talk show where they just talk about like current topics, today's news, and just, so that's what she does. So she hosts her own talk show called Chatty Catties.
Well, how can we reach her? How can we get to her and listen to her show?
You can like she's on Instagram as well, Chatty Catties on Instagram, Candy Parker Rogers on Facebook, and so her email is chattycatties5@gmail.com. So so she's out there,
Hey.
Or y'all can hit me up and I'll get the message to her,
There you go. Hey, we're going to give her a plug. You let her know that on the Good News Show, we gave her a plug too, because that's good news.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you. I definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, that's what we do. We have to help one another, along the way. That's what it's all about. Well, Jeronimo, I just want to thank you so much for coming on the Good News Show. And I hope you've enjoyed your time.
Thank you for having me, and I wish you nothing but success and just blessing to you and everybody over there at the Good News Morning Show. Okay?
Oh, thank you, sweet angel. I love you, and God bless everything that you do. And I ask God to keep that hedge of protection around you and yours as you all travel along your way.
Thank you, Queen.
All right, my love. All right, everybody. You heard it right here. There was spoken word, and it was delivered to you by Jeronimo. Quite an awesome young man. I mean, doing positive things, saying positive things. That's a wonderful opportunity to be able to hear a young man out here with such poetry and doing it in a theatrical way. I love it. So I hope you all have enjoyed this show. Once again, I'm your girl. I'm Mathell Givens, and I just want you all to know you all are number one in my book. And I always tell you, Gladys Knight had that song, you're number one. But I say, you all are number one in my book. And I want to thank you so much for taking time out, stopping, pausing for the cause, taking a slight brief intermission, and just laying right in here with me on the Good News Show, listening to nothing but good news. Good night, everybody. Love you. Hey, something about tonight. Something about tonight. Yeah. Have to give a shout out there to my co-host, man to man. His music, his song, my godson, Scotty Claiborne. Put that music together. And I just wish the whole band was here to sing the song. Something about society. But I could just tell you had a great time here with Jeronimo. You had something about tonight. Enjoy your night, everybody. Love you.